Dopamine is an incredibly powerful molecule. It allows us to work for the effort process. It allows us to be in effort longer, and it allows us to actually eventually enjoy the process of effort and not think about the reward, but just of enjoying the process. Well, right, where you just describe the first step in learning to attain dopamine to the effort process, which is the key. Operation in order to succeed is to be very careful about how much you focus on the end goal. And save your thought. If you have been hard time controlling your thought, your feeling, and your emotion, you're feeling sure, you're feeling everything breathing down on you. Do something to shift your philosophy so that you can approach that challenge from a different stand. If you instruct someone to do the worst possible thing in the morning to send their failure, what would it be? Stay in bed, cushion roll, passively scrolling on social media, drinking coffee surely in a day. They are getting into any calm movement, so they're making a cup of coffee while testing, and they're not being intellectual or international with the thing that they are just allowing the morning to carry up, calm and take them whenever the wind blows. That's right, and I have to say, even I thought that to try my routine, I couldn't. My morning routine couldn't leave. If I were to really automate it, I would. What's your morning routine look like at the moment? Morning routine is, and I have to be careful here because whenever I describe my routine in a little bit of detail, I always say, I can't believe you don't go to the bathroom. Well, I always saw when I want my pen exactly right foot, left foot. So I want to be clear. Yeah, I take care of my basic function. But when I wake up, I might be like for sunlight. So I'm going to get the sunlight in my eyes for that, I will probably go into the wave settings this work for me and have heard me sleep before, but it's the single best thing you can do. You gotta see your energy, your mood, your wakefulness, your metabolism. It's really natural like new eye early in the day. No lesson classes to do it. Take about 10 minutes or so. If you live in a cloudy area if in the UK in the winter, yes, or the summer, maybe you research some official light as a replacement. But as much as you can get right, natural, and if not natural, official light early in the day. Without sunglasses, I can take, and eyeglasses, if I don't try to do anything, we know our service going to take far too long. This set is motion a huge number of different natural release and hormone no consider not good for you, reduce stress at late at night. Offset cortisol a million different things really not you good for you so that I get it so then I can make inside that I do not drink caffeine right away. It's important to many when you like caffeine enough so that you can clear out some of the chemical signal in the brain in your body that leads to a factuals that long you work the more macro that called adenosine boost in your system, and when you sleep you will adenosine level that when you wake up in the morning that adenosine level can be zero, but often the time they're still hanging around. Caffeine isn't doing as said, but it's not an intention little more complicated than that. But it effectively what it does say if you wake up and you actually percent of your energy has still hasn't been cleared. And that stuff of ground is that you wake up with, then you go and you drink coffee and you cause that ability of adenine to have that effect, but it hasn't gone away. So that when your coffee was mid morning and not that is there, you feel like mid morning crash or the afternoon crash. So I need like my caffeine intake for about 90 and delay 20 minutes after I wake up. Because in that you bring your adrenaline level back down very low to zero, and then you get this rebound crash in the afternoon. For years, I watched learn grass and I thought that maybe I'm eating wrong food, but I realized why I'm eating wrong food. So now through related to my timing of caffeine, and you got the system learn how to wake up naturally, right? You get a natural cortisol and adrenaline, give it a time, and people hate this one because it's little painful for caffeine, but I'm ready to write a caffeine, and I'm right that I will tell you it also making the charge coffee. And I'm raising that will tell you it also made the sharp coffee. So much better you like watching for that as well. You are like, oh my face takes so much better. And I really say that the dopamine system which I know you are going to talk about later. Just how chewing on our phones when it comes to dopamine. Okay, red question. We have often hear that how does social media getting dopamine hit after dopamine hit? When we first get on social media after a long, for the first time, after a long period of time, the amount of dopamine that's released, we think, hey, which substance so it's novel. Remember, dopamine is about novelty, spread, and a sense that we are on some exciting track. That's what dopamine is really about. It puts us in your state of readiness, anticipation, looking, seeking, almost away for things outside the confines of our skin. One of the keys takeaway from that book, domination, not only incorporated in my own life, that's there are certain activities like co-water that created long-lasting out of dopamine. This can be very useful for putting us into long-lasting motivational state. There's not big peak and trough near pain of the co-water followed by this long out of dopamine, wonderful, escape, antidepressant, positive, motivator, natural, similar. I will say if you don't have a session asthma, cold sour, yes, will work if you have no sour that doesn't get cold enough. Keep in mind the original study, so this dopamine increase people getting to city water, waiting not that cold for 45 minutes to an hour. So your water bill might go up, but you could just work out, come back and get not up to next. So I could have knew that that's sometimes some cardboard to people they are not even johan asthma and have to say even thought I describe my routine couldn't my morning routine couldn't if I were to really automate it. I would done this from time to time. I would get up, I would hydrate and I would immediately exercise. I would use not early, picking up cortisol to respond not come with taking working to get the body into action start up to go style right 4:30 hours is what but I see them at 7 a.m. Yeah, recently. Let's say somebody really want to take on a fitness routine, they had running or they want to lose weight in a healthy way. This kind of thing, so we have heard the example where you put yourself by the door and they want it to you put them on the tree, you are the door, therefore you walk around the block and then then eventually right they're running marathon, okay, right? But you substance that behavior even to make the behavior blissful and to give you energy. The key is to subjectively reward those steps. So it's not going to be, let's say I go out and I run a mile and my goal is to run 10 miles in a few weeks. In the case that you are in this trend of that mile, the hard part, you want to tell yourself is the good part. This is the part that gives me energy. And I will will subside if people don't actually feel like they could continue for the special journey of 1,000 miles start with single makeup. About single step, the case reward a harder step. Not so easier one and not the one where you can get the thing that you want. No reward yourself for boosting yourself on and taking a step outside. You couldn't was a huge barrier for you. It's very hard. It was very hard for you running a 10 mile and for the world. And bust a little bit for the throw that word and reward that person. This the hard part because when you're adrenaline of friend or getting make out, and that when you have an opportunity, you have bring dopamine in and take those narrow pathway to them that matter. The other element that's really important to practice it and different fire and is associated with the release of macro neuromodulator serotonin. Serotonin is a reward macro, just like dopamine if serotonin is released in the brain in response to the subjective experience that we have enough resource. So when we eat a big meal, or we enjoy when we enjoy a big meal with friends or family and just feel like what an incredible evening, you know you are reset. Is that feeling of being reset? And as this receive effect when we are when you hold you when you if you hold your child or partner that you love for your dog. This feeling of having enough and so waste dopamine is really the most that make us looking at things outside the boundaries of our skin to be in pursuit of things that really is the pursuit motivation. More certainly is really about more feeling like we have enough in our immediate environment and so powerful because in less than double accumulate shortening but is checked up periodically. We cannot learn that into the dopamine our pursuit process for very long, so we need shortening absolutely to feel more what complete whole self. You need to balance serotonin and dopamine maybe across the day, maybe across the week. I think in research, there's some religions really that kind of path, Sabbath and natural rest period, for many, I think, don't make a sense because they not to be renewable.